It just seems like, why, in the middle of a pandemic, is there still this need to marginalize and harass and threaten, abuse, and murder Black lives?
And you know what? And to be honest with you, I feel like it's happening more because these police officers are halfway bored because there's nothing else going on. Because it's like, you know, we're all in a pandemic. People aren't really out. Well, they're starting to become more active now. But like, at the same time, I feel like it's just like, oh, okay, well, I have nothing else to do. This Black man looks suspicious. Let me go just bother because I'm pretty sure there's a crime there. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, this is the fucked upness. But it's always those police officers that were either, you know, they couldn't get the popular girl in school. So, you know what I mean? They have to try to assert their toughness and their quote unquote man onto everything, like in their sense of power onto people.
I watched the documentary maybe a year or so ago, and it talked specifically about how in the media, in film and TV, that they purposefully make the downtrodden white man the hero in every story. This man can go around killing people, he can go around raping people, he can go around doing whatever he wants to do, because for this story's narrative, he's been so beat up upon and downtrodden that, you know, we root for the underdog. We root for him to do, you know, these crazy things to people. You look at the movie Joker, you know, he had some mental issues. He had a hard life. You know, he got beat up on, he got talked about and made fun of, and nobody paid attention to him and all that kind of stuff. Did it justify him killing people? No.
Right.
And yet, he won an Oscar for portraying this role. And I'm not saying that Joaquin Phoenix supports that. I'm just saying that, why do those roles get glorified?
Right.
Why do those roles have so much power on how we look at white men?
Right.
Where it's like we allow them to get away with whatever they want. Now, in the police officer's case in Minneapolis, there were 4 officers. I only know that the guy that had his knee on the guy's neck was white, and the guy that was watching was Asian.
Gotcha.
My thing is, these cops, whether or not they're afraid for their lives, still have the responsibility of making better choices and decisions when it comes to apprehending people or comes to, you know, creating safety. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They are public servants who are supposed to be making our communities safe. Why is it that in almost every case that we see, someone's dying at the end of the situation?
I mean, when you think of the history of what police officers truly are, you know what I mean? You gotta go back down to the core of it.
Of course.
And so like, and a lot of officers don't even understand the history of what these police officers were. You know what I mean? These were white men that used to ride horses in between of the woods and go and catch Black people who were trying to run away and try to find their freedom. Like, and it evolved into police. You know what I mean?
What if they did know the history and they still choose those jobs anyway so they can reinforce that history?
But some people try to actually change the idea of a cop. You know what I mean? Like, we do have those police officers too. I don't want to group them all because I don't like to be grouped into all Black men are criminals. You know what I mean? So like, you know, so like at the same time, it's just, we're not going to understand. We're not going to get to a point of actual peace until these officers start respecting the neighborhoods that they're watching, communicate with these neighborhoods, learn these neighborhoods, understand the slang terms, understand who the community is that they're watching over and trying to keep safe. You know what I mean? If there's more communal events, you'll start to you know, these people in the neighborhoods will be able to see, oh no, that's Officer so-and-so. They always mad cool, like blah, 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 blah. You start to see that crime rate go down. You know what I mean? Because now there's a relationship, there's a rapport that's being built between community and safety. But these officers don't do that.
I believe that police reform is very necessary. And I think that
definitely
it is very necessary, and it definitely starts from the top. We right now do not have a president that cares about police reform. We don't have a government that really cares about police reform.
Hell no.
And because it's left to each state and the police force itself to reform itself, it's something that it just seems like it's going to be very long before anything changes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I will say this though, Karens, y'all gotta chill.
Yeah.
Y'all really gotta chill, because just like there's a history of slave owners turning into new police officers, Karens are the damsels in distress from antebellum South,
Right.
where they will get looked at by a black man and feel threatened and then call the lynch mob.
Yeah, and call rape.
This is our history from Emmett Till all the way up to now.
Yep.
You know, and I am just grateful that the Karens who have been making the news lately, those situations have not resulted in anybody getting arrested or anybody getting killed.
Same.
However, what about the next time?
Yeah.
What about the next time it happens and the cops do show up and shoot first? What about the next time where maybe the black person who got called on is tired and wants to go and show Karen why she hasn't, you know, why she shouldn't have called?
Right.
You know, this stuff is going to boil over into a situation that's irreparable.
Yeah.
You know, and they just got to calm down. Luckily, there's a video that's out. It's a white female police officer, and she was pissed off at a Karen because Karen called about something stupid, and she was in the video like, really, Karen? And she said Karen. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I'm sick of it.
Because it's a waste. It's a waste of you know, government
resources, money.
Yeah, like they could be out here really trying to save somebody, and because you calling wolf, you know, crying wolf, I should say, and you know what I mean. When you know it's, just, but they don't care about stuff like that. They understand, you know, that white DNA, that privileged white DNA, understands that because of their skin, this is what it is, and they know that they can get away with stuff. They know that that's the way it's built here. They know it, even if they don't want to admit it. They understand it. They know their power. They know where they stand. You know what I mean? It's an unspoken truth that is starting to get more spoken, but at the end of the day, they know ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
Please.
Yep. Saw that too. The kids were playing next door. That's the one that she was talking about, the police officer, the white female police officer. Karen called because the kids were playing in a bouncy house outside and they were making too much noise.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Karen was upset about that.
Wow. Wow.